All right. So, hello everyone. Welcome to this short introduction or orientation on mentorship and bootcamp. All right. So, I think there are still students from outside the PS degree. Unless you are from B Tech, please drop off the call and join with your original PS degree ID. Okay. All right. I see some students. You can drop off and then come back with your original PS degree ID. Okay, anyway, so I'll just start this session. So basically the idea of this session is to give you an understanding of what kind of services we have for the term to help you with the projects, right? So this is specifically for those students who are doing the or planning to do the MAT 1 or MAT 2 project in this term, all right? Okay, so we are having things like mentorship and online boot camp. Just give me a minute. Okay, so currently this video will not be streaming on YouTube, but we are recording it. So I'll give you the recording. The recording will be shared with everyone. Okay. All right. But I hope, I expect everyone who have joined to be here because probably in the recorded session, we may not be able to clear your queries. But in this kind of session where you can unmute your answer, we should be able to create, you should be able to answer to your queries, right? So that is the thing. And if at all you have any doubt, you can just raise your hand and then ask. Okay, we'll take that part in the later half. So the first part, I'll try to introduce what these mentorship and bootcamp is, right? So for example, you have taken the project in this term. Let's say it can be MAT 1 or it can be MAT 2 or it can be both, right? And you need some assistance to, at this point, you don't know what exactly we need to do with the project, how we are going to, go with the project, what exactly is the question statement. There are some queries regarding the question statement. All these things are initial doubt that you might have. Right. Later on, when you start working on the project, there will be queries or things like, you are getting stuck somewhere, or you are, getting a lot of errors. You're not able to debug what exactly is happening, right? So in that case, we kind of want to provide you assistance, and we want to let you know that okay, those things will definitely come in when you do the project development, right? And you don't have to really panic. You can have assistance from our end that will help you to do the project. All right. So for that, we have two major things. That is the one-to-one mentorship and online bootcamp. All right. Now, what are these? Okay. So I'll just share my screen and then give you the brief of what I'm trying to say. Give me a minute. I'm sharing my screen.
Hi, Adarsh. Are these, is this recorded?
Yeah, this is being recorded.
Would it be shared in the Google Calendar?
Yeah, yeah, we'll share.
Because I have another class concurrently right now.
Yeah, yeah, right. So we are recording it and we'll be sharing the recordings with
Okay, thanks.
you. So I hope my screen is shared. Somebody to admit. Raised hand, okay. I just need to admit one student, I guess. Okay, anyways. All right. So I hope you can see the screen. I'll just zoom in. Okay. For now, you can lower your hands. Once I finish speaking about what I wanted to say, then I'll ask you to raise your hand, and then we'll go to the doubts one by one. Okay. Just listen to things carefully. I'll try to clear as many doubts as I can from the this set of sheets only. But if still there are doubts, you can raise your hands later. All right. So let's talk about what one-to-one mentorship for application development is. All right. So it is basically a personalized guidance and support in the application development project, right? So as I mentioned, when you are doing the project, there can be various things that will kind of come in your project development process. For example, you don't understand certain things in the question statement. You don't understand how to go about the project. You don't understand how to integrate multiple components of the project and get things working. You know how things work, but then there are so many errors that are coming up. How do you debug those errors, right? So all these things are there which will come into development process, which are eminent, right? You cannot stop them. Doesn't matter how good, how well you are following the live sessions. There are certain things that will be missed anyway, and then there will be problems, right? And obviously you cannot share your code in personal forums like live sessions. You cannot share your code on discourse. So how do you get rid of these problems, right? So this is where one-to-one mentorship comes into picture, wherein you will be given a 5 hours of total support for the term. Okay, so I mean 5 hours. I'll just explain what this means. Right. So for example, I want to create multiple things into my project. I want to create one feature and I want to create another feature. Now, while having these two features together, having trying to integrate these two features together, what is happening? I'm coming across a lot of errors. All right. Now, some of these errors can be as trivial as some import error or some syntax error. So this can be trivial errors, but there are literally some errors that might take some time for you and somebody else to have a look at it, right? So I mean to get rid. So you might want some other person to look at your code and see where things are going wrong, right? So what you do, you will be provided a mentor, wherein you can join with that mentor. I mean, set up a meeting with that mentor on one-to-one basis. Okay, you will be joining in with that mentor just as we have joined in a Gmeet, right? Now, since this will be one-to-one, you will be present into that meet along with the mentor, and then you should be able to share the screen, right? Just the way I'm sharing now, right? So when you share the screen, you can exactly pinpoint, okay, this is where my error is, right? This is what I'm trying to do. Okay, so sharing the screen will allow you to explain the problem very easily to the mentor, and this will help mentor to understand what the issue is and then give you the solution for that, right? Okay, so this is what we are trying to do with one-to-one mentorship. Okay, now what is this, what does this 5 hours mean, right? So for example, if the doubt is, let's say you're joining in the meet, it is very similar to what do you call as a talk time when you recharge, right? So let's say if I do a recharge of 100 rupees, let's say I got a talk time of 100 minutes. What I'll do, I can talk for the other person for 100 minutes, right? If I, let's say, talk for 20 minutes, what will happen? 20 minutes of that 100 minutes will be deducted. Very similar to that, this is 5 hours of support, right? So obviously, I mean, when you look at 5 hours, it might sound a bit little, a bit less, right? But when you actually go towards it throughout the term, you will see that okay, some meetings take 15 minutes, some of the Gmeet call takes 30 minutes, some might take even 10 minutes or 5 minutes, right? So when you calculate all those things, you will see that okay, at the end of the day, you are quite done with the project and you still have some time left. Okay, so this is kind of a support that we are providing through one-to-one mentorship. Every time you want a session with the mentor, you connect with the mentor and then you get them what exactly is your issue, where exactly is the error coming, or if, in case you want some suggestion, let's say I want to add a new feature, but I have no idea how to go about it, right? So you can then join in the meet, set up a meeting with the mentor, get their timing, and then you should be able to explain them what exactly you're trying to do. Okay, now there is one thing, one catch here. One-to-one mentorships are not supposed to be mentor teaching you a topic. All right, we have given you sufficient, or we will be giving for the new registrations, we will be giving you sufficient sessions or sufficient content in the form of resources, live sessions, open sessions, project sessions. So you don't need to get extra session from mentors to understand the topic. Okay, this is something that a student has to do, right? You, for example, if you're working on, let's say, controllers of flask, if you're working on, let's say, database models, you should understand what models are, you should understand what controllers are. It is only when you are getting stuck at integrating models and controllers with respect to your project, this is where the mentors will come in, this is where mentors will pitch in and help you, right? So it is, the mentorship is not getting, it's like not for teaching purpose, right? So you cannot ask mentors to teach you certain topic. You can discuss with them, these are the queries that I have, these are the errors that I'm facing, and then clear those errors, right? So the whole idea of mentorship is to make sure that you don't get stuck into the project. The idea of mentorship is not, asking mentors to explain certain topics. All right, and it is wise, right? So if you see, if you have 5 hours of the support, and if you take, let's say, ask the mentor to teach you a topic that, let's say, takes 1 hour, then you are not actually getting anything from it, right? Because the resource is already there, right? You can just watch it on the YouTube, or maybe get the resources from the portal, the supplementary content and things that we provide. So all those things are already there with you. So when you appear for, when you start working on this project, it is expected that you understand what these components are. And only when you are facing issues with the project, anything that is related to the project, you get into the meeting with mentor and get those things clear. Okay, this is how you wisely use these 5 hours to get the project done, rather than only, being able to understand things what is happening. All right, so you don't waste your time in, joining this mentor sessions. You don't waste your time by asking them to explain something. Okay, that is how it is going to be. Apart from this, when you, let's say, register for the mentorship, what will happen is you will be added to a G space. Your mentor will be added to the G space. It is going to be a common G space where everybody will be there for you to support, right? So we will also be there as instructors, we will also be there, but the mentor is also there, right? So whoever is your mentor, first you register for mentorship. The mentor will connect with you, let you, introduce himself or herself to you, to make you understand, okay, this is my mentor. Later on, when you add it to the G space, you can just tag them and ask your doubts. All right, now what kind of doubts will you ask? So these will be very trivial doubts, like import errors, or let's say syntactical errors, which don't really need you to come into a meet, right? So for example, if the doubt is getting cleared just by a statement change, or just by, here and there tweaks of the code, you don't need to, come into, get the mentor's time and come into Gmeet and then collaborate, right? Certain trivial issues can be sorted just by online, this thing, G spaces. All right, so this is what is G space is about. The G space is going to be there until you submit your project, right? Mentor support, you can extend it until you submit the project. It is something that is like a talk time, right? So the more you talk, the lesser, the faster you finish your 5 hours, the less you discuss, I mean, the less meaning the concise and the relevant thing that you discuss, the more wisely you'll use this 5 hours. All right, it does not mean that, okay, to save this 5 hours you don't, don't at all connect. That is not the whole idea. Okay, so that is about the mentorship. Okay, when is it going to start? We are going to start it from 12th June onwards. Now, what I mean by onwards, the registration will start from, let's say, tomorrow itself. Okay, if you feel that, okay, I need mentor from very beginning, you can start. You can register for it. All right, we'll be providing you a G form wherein you can register, and the mentor will be provided to you once your payment is confirmed. All right, so you can see that there is a fee structure associated with it, 1,000 rupees fee term, that will be available to you in your pending payment section in probably by tomorrow end of the day. All right, so let's say if you register tomorrow, and then in by, I mean, tomorrow if you register, it's like 7th tomorrow. So if you register tomorrow, you will be getting mentor from 12th, because the 12th it is starting. Okay, and then you can continue with the mentor. Okay, now let's say there is a case that, okay, I initially you thought, okay, I'm okay with the content, I am understanding everything, I think I should be able to do the project on my own. All right, and then you did not register for mentor by 12th June. Okay, one-to-one mentorship by 12th June. Okay, and then later on, let's say in July, month of July, you kind of feel a need for having a one-to-one mentor. What do you do? Right, so it's, this is where this onwards comes into picture, right? So the registration for mentorship will remain open till the deadline. Okay, you can opt for one-to-one mentor anytime you want during this entire term, right? So you can maybe do it in the month of July, and then from then, whenever your payment is confirmed, we'll provide you a mentor, and then you can, continue your 5 hours with that, right? It's not that when you, take mentorship late, there will be deduction of this timing. No, right? It is completely up to the student. Whenever they feel the need to have mentor, they can register. So the registration will be opening, I mean, the registration will open in, let's say, tomorrow, and will remain open till the end of the day, end of the term. All right, okay, so there will be certain deadline that will set, but it is going to be very, very closer to deadline, so you don't have to worry about, okay, now I missed the deadline. That is not going to happen for at least for this one-to-one mentorship. All right, Okay, now let me just go to more clearer, clearing this thing, how to register part. All right. So as I said, the registration will open throughout the term. Okay. What will happen is we'll be providing you a G form. Whenever you feel the need for having a mentor, you will fill the G form. Okay. Now G form will have one component where you'll have to attach the screenshot of your payment. Okay, that payment can be a screenshot of the payment, meaning we will, in the form itself there will be a sample screenshot which will give you an idea of what exactly needs to be uploaded in the form. Okay, all right. So where do you make this payment, right? So as I said, this payment will be available in your pending payment section. Okay, we will let you know by what name it is available. Okay, it is mostly like May 24 boot camp, sorry, May 24 one-to-one mentorship. Okay, something like that it will be opening with. All right, tag, just click on that, make the payment, and once the payment is made on the portal, you should take the screenshot of that very page and then upload it into the form, this G form that we'll be sharing. Okay, so the form will also have details on what do you need to upload, what kind of background you have, for what courses you are opting for mentorship, things like that. So it kind of helps us to assign right mentor to you. And for example, obviously a student doing madman project would not want a mat to mentor, right? So that connection or the allocation is correctly done, we make for that, we make certain information to be done by you or filled by you in the G form. All right, and this again I mentioned, right? So once you make the payment, so what is the step that you're going to follow? You will make the payment first. Okay, take the screenshot of that pending payment section where this particular section becomes approved, right? Approved or done or successfully done, whatever it will come. Just take a screenshot of that. Okay, and then you go to the G form. Okay, so G form will be sent to you. Okay, again it will be available, I'll put it on discourse also. I'll mail it to you, all the students who have registered for the project, just as you got the mail for today, right? Then filling that G form, that form will remain open throughout the term again, because you will be registering across term, right? So when you make the payment, the next step is to fill the G form, wherein you will put in the details and the screenshot of the pending payment. Once that submission is done, you should expect mentor by in 2 working days. All right, so let's say if I do it today, you should be able to get a mentor, or the mentor will communicate with you within 2 days of this registration. Okay, so that is how we are going to have one-to-one mentorship. All right, now this is now who should take one-to-one mentorship? What are the suitable audience for this, right? So the students who will take some time to understand the project. Okay, they're doing the project on their own pace. Okay, they are doing the theory course also, so there will be a lot of you who are doing the theory course also and the project in the same term. So in that case, I think one-to-one mentorship is the better choice for you, all right, than boot camp. All right, and if you feel that okay, I should be able to do the project by my own, but I need some time, I need a pace of my own, where I'll extend it throughout the term, do things in a pace I want. Okay, connect with mentor whenever I want. So this is where you will this is a place or where you will take one-to-one mentorship. All right, so one-to-one mentorship should be taken for those who are doing the theory course, definitely, and those who feel that okay, I need some time, I want to do one-to-one sorry, I want to do project in in steps, I want to understand everything that I'm doing. Okay, there is no hurry. All right, so then you will take one-to-one mentorship. Okay, apart from them, what is there, what is the other thing? The other thing is online bootcamp. Why is this one coming here? So online bootcamp. What is this online bootcamp? This online bootcamp is kind of a fast track, right? So it is a crash course of doing the project. Okay. Now what we will do with this? There will be a set of students. Now this is very different from one-to-one mentorship, right? So one-to-one mentorship is like one mentor, one student. Okay, the gmate that you will be joining with the mentor will be, you will be, there will be only two people, the mentor and the mentee, whoever it is, right? But in online bootcamp, what we'll do is we will assign a group of mentees to a mentor, or a group of students to a mentor. Okay, what will actually happen in online boot camps? So it will be a 4-hour schedule that is happening on 4-hour schedule that is happening in a certain days. All right, what is going to happen in these 4 hours, or what is going to happen actually in this 2.5 hours? It is going to be actually a 2.5 hour core session, and then 1.5 hour doubt clearance session. All right, so what is happening, what is going to happen in this 1.5 hour or 2 hours? The mentor will be selecting a problem statement. a project statement. It can be a past project statement, but obviously not the present or the current project statement, right? So the bootcamp mentor will be selecting any project statement. It will be he or she will be breaking it down into certain components, let's say 5 to 6 components, and create it from end to end. All right, and that creation will happen in a span of 21 days, okay, across 5 to 7 sessions. Okay, so the the boot camps that we used to have previously in the last term were 7 days boot camp, right? So every day students would join in, mentor would teach on a certain topic, okay, finish a part of project, and by end of seventh day the project development is done. All right, who are following it thoroughly should be able to do the project in 7 to 10 days, that's all, right? But I mean, there was one feedback that we got, that okay, due to the nature of bootcamp, due to the way it is happening every day, it becomes really difficult to grasp, okay, what is happening on day one, and then be available with whatever happened in day one and go into day two, right? So to make sure that every student who is under a mentor to be on the same page, do whatever the mentor has taught on that particular day, we are kind of spanning it into a duration of 21 days. All right, so what is it going to be? Let's say you have a session today, okay, some part of the project is taught today. All right, and then you have a 1 or 2 or 3 days break depending on how difficult or how easy the topic taught is. In this 3 days there will be a kind of connection between you and the mentor, who will be clearing your doubt through g spaces or maybe short calls. All right, and then once you are done with whatever is taught in day one, you come back to the second session. All right, now what will be the difference between or how much will be the gap between these sessions will be completely dependent on the mentor, right? Because they will be deciding the question statement, so they will be quite acquainted with what component they will teach when. All right, but by the end of 21 days the project should be over. And since we are giving sufficient time for the students to get in page with what mentor is doing, we are assuming that by end of 25 days the student who has taken boot camp is also done with his or her project. All right, so this is the only change that we have made, everything else remains same. Okay, this again also starts with on 12th June. Somebody. Okay, so this again starts on 12th June. So the registration for the same will start from, let's say, tomorrow end of the day, and will remain open till 10th. Okay, so this is a tentative data that I'm telling you. I mentioned maybe somewhere, yeah. So the registration will open from 7th June, right? So by end of the day tomorrow, and then it will remain open till 10th June. Okay, so note one thing, in mentorship it was onwards, but this is till, right? So when we start a mentorship, we should be we will be sure that okay, these many students are only taking bootcamp. No, no addition or registration of student will be entertained in between, right? Once the bootcamp starts, we will be stopping the registration. Okay, so definitely if the boot camp starts on 12th, we will be stopping taking, we'll stop taking the registrations on 12th. Okay, and anyway we will stop by 10th only, right? So if you see why, because we will also need some time to allocate right mentors, set up the date with them, kind of arrange the things and everything, right? Create meet links and all those things are there, logistical things that are there to make sure that everything goes on smoothly. All right, now the same thing, you will be getting a G form wherein you will fill all the information, you will select the course for which you're trying to take the boot camp, you will select the project on which you're working. All right, and then you add the payment approved part, right? The successful payment screenshot that will be placed. All right, so these are the two sessions. The online bootcamp generally happens in two sessions, the morning session and the evening session. All right, now initially it used to be 10 to 2. Okay, is somebody on unmute? You can please mute yourself. One second. Yeah. So initially, boot camp, since it used to be a 7 day boot camp, we did not have sufficient time to explain the concept and take the doubts on the give sufficient time students to do their project and get ready with their doubts. Okay. So what used to happen? We used to take 4 hour session wherein first 2 hours went into teaching the concept, teaching the component, and next 2 hours it was the student used to get into breakout rooms and come one by one, right? So that is the component that we have removed here. What will happen is every session there will be, depending on mentor, it can be a 2 hour long session, it can be a 2.5 hours long session, it can be even a 3 hour long session. But entire within that session only teaching will happen. Teaching meaning the project component development will happen. Okay, whatever you understand from there, whatever you grasp from there, you will have to implement in a set of, let's say, 2 to 3 days coming. Okay, few near or the next 2 to 3 days, and then be ready with the second or the next component on the, the next session, right? So this kind of gives more than sufficient time for the student to, understand the concept, implement it, and then be ready with the next component. Okay, so these times are tentative, this might change. Okay, I just put 4 hours because I don't want to, change much. So I put 4 hours, these are tentative, it completely depends on mentors. All right, now there is one more very important thing. So as I said, there will be two sessions, right? Morning session and evening session. Okay, so morning session, I mean, if you take, I mean, this, as I mentioned here, right? So for the student, this is specifically for students who are having both mat 1 and mat 2 project pending, and they have planning to do it in this term. All right, so if you have both the projects, and on that, if you are planning to take boot camp for both the projects, okay, so these are the two very crucial conditions, right? If you are planning to do the project this term, first thing. Second thing, you are planning to take boot camp for both the projects. Okay, in that case, there will be two sessions, right? So if you take mad one in the morning session, you cannot take mad one again in the evening session. Okay, you have to take either mad two. Okay, and vice versa. If you take mat 2 in the morning session, you cannot take mat 2 in the evening session. Okay, because definitely, right? So when you study something, when you learn something in the morning, you would not want to come back and do the same thing in the evening, right? The next session that you would do would be 2 days later or 3 days later, right? And it will be uniform. So if you're taking a morning slot, all your sessions will happen in the morning. If you're taking an evening slot, all your sessions will happen in the evening, so that there is uniformity. First thing. Second thing, you come to same mentor every time, right? Because as I said, mentors will choose question statement of their own. All right, so if there's I mean, if you come in the morning session and with a question statement, you might come in the evening session with a different question statement, right? So anyway, we only by ourselves do not allow that. We only by ourselves will make sure that that does not happen. Okay, but this is something that students have to be very precise about, that okay, if I'm taking a morning slot for mad 1, I should take evening slot for mad 2, and vice versa. Okay, both mad 1 morning, evening, both mad 2 morning, evening is not permissible, we don't even allow it, right? Yeah, that's what I mentioned, right? So make sure you take mad 1 bootcamp in the morning, and then you take mad 2 in the evening, and vice versa. Okay, and this is specifically for those who want to do projects, both mad 1 and mad 2 projects in this term, and who are planning to take boot camp for both mad 1 and mad 2. Right, some might find mad 1 easier than mad 2, so they might not take boot camp for mad 1. It is completely up to you. Okay, you can either take both the boot camps, you can either take any one of the boot camps, or you can choose to not take boot camp, because probably you might be taking one-to-one mentorship. Right, now, who should take online boot camp? Okay, who should take online bootcamp? Students who are done with their theory course and have only project pending. Okay, so if you, and specific, right? So if I'm done with my mad 1 theory course, I should take bootcamp for my mad 1 project and get done with it, right? So the idea of bootcamp is to, to be able to create a project in quick succession, right, in a period of, let's say, 25 to 30 days, that's all. Right, so that is what we are planning. So who should take boot camp? Students who are done with their theory course and are having only projects pending. Okay, and definitely for mentorship, anybody can take, right? Even you can take mentorship. Those who are done with the theory course can also take one-to-one mentorship for the project. No harm in that. But vice converse is not true, right? Those who are doing the theory course should not take online bootcamp. Okay, those are doing the theory course also in May 24 should not take online bootcamp. Why? Because bootcamp, most of the bootcamp part will go above your head. Okay, you have just started to do the theory, and then you see that okay, there are components being built, models being built. Okay, Vue.js being introduced, backend, advanced backend, all those things will completely go above your head, right? So students who are done with the theory course can take bootcamp can take one-to-one mentorship. Okay, students who are doing the theory course in May 24 should not take bootcamp. They should only take one-to-one mentorship. Okay, I hope this is clear, right? So registration part will also remain pretty much the same. Okay, there is only a difference that there will be deadline for bootcamp registration, whereas for one-to-one mentorship registration there won't be any bootcamp. So the links or the payment portal for these four things. What are these four things? MAD one-to-one mentorship, MAD two one-to-one mentorship, MAD one bootcamp, MAD two bootcamp. All these four things will be available to you based on, obviously based on your registration. It will be available to you by tomorrow end of the day. All right, and you can start filling the form. So we will be giving you the form also. We'll be sharing the form the way we shared the link for this meeting. All right, and then you should be able to register for it. Okay, so this is kind of pretty much it that I wanted to explain to you in terms of one-to-one mentorship and what bootcamp is all about. All right, now I'll be taking the queries. Okay, so I'll just stop sharing my screen. Yeah, and just before you ask, I'll be sharing the document that I just shared, right? So I'll be sharing this document, I'll be sharing the recording for this meeting. Okay, all right, so let us go with let us go with the hands raised. Okay, one second. Yes, go ahead, Shailendra Vikram Singh.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
So I'm doing theory classes means this term. Can I join the boot camp?
Shailendra, your voice is breaking. Is it with me only?
No, no, no. I'm saying that I am joined. I am doing the theory Madman theory classes,
Okay.
and can I also join the boot camp?
No, sir. I think see joining the boot camp will only increase your trouble, because see boot camp is a hard and fast thing. Every second day you will be dealing with something that is not something that you have not even seen, right? Doing the theory course, you will at least be acquainted with whatever is there in the content, right? And then maybe jump onto boot camp.
Okay,
Okay. So
so
it is
I
not
can join.
advisable.
Mentorship is okay.
Yeah, you can take mentorship. That's why I said, okay, if you are doing the theory course, you can take one-to-one mentorship. If you are done with the theory course, you can take either of it or even both. Not an issue.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, next I would go to Sandeep Kumar.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Sir, I have done my two theory in September 2023.
Right.
Which one my two project I have to choose?
Okay, so it does not matter there. Now currently, the if you have gone through the project document, we have mentioned two valid question statements, right? So it is the influencer engagement and sponsorship coordination platform, that is the one thing, and library management system. These are the two valid question
Yes, sir.
statement. You can choose any one of it and do a project on it.
Okay, sir. And one more question, sir. In Jan 2024, I have taken boot camp session.
Okay.
Due to some reason, I didn't attend, and I was unable to complete the my two project.
Hmm.
So my two boot camp will be extended for me, or I have to
You have
registration
to see if you have
new
taken some
registration.
sessions. I'll have to review that first. But if you have taken some sessions, you'll have to re-register.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. 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 Next, Manan.
Yeah, hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
So, sir, my question was this bootcamp will be organized for a period of 21 days, as you mentioned in the document.
Right.
So, each day we'll be having sessions, right?
No,
I mean,
not
not each, I mean, day, the time difference will be depending on the mentor, right?
time
I
different.
mean,
Yeah. So couple of things. One, it depends on the mentor. Secondly, it
mm,
depends on the topic, right? For
okay,
example, if let's talk about mat 2, right? So initially when the orientation part might not take a lot of time, right? That is one thing.
yeah, yeah,
Then there are certain things like celery jobs, backend jobs, they might not take that much time. Okay, what
okay,
takes time? Creating APIs, creating the front end, so that takes
mm,
larger time. So
okay,
the mentor will accordingly distribute or create a difference between the two sessions, right? So for example, if I'm dealing with, or the mentor is dealing with a topic that does not take or should not take much time, you can have session in a gap of, let's say, 1 or 2 days. But if you're doing things like APIs or view and creating routes and other things, then in that case, the gap between those two might be 2 to 3 days, because you also need to understand things, implement, and then get back to the place where mentor left off, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so it depends on two things: content and mentor.
Okay. And one question was that the fees for both bootcamp as well as the mentorship will be 1,000, right?
Right. 1,000 each.
1,000 each, yeah. And also, sir, I wanted to ask this this time there has been sessions for the bootcamp that will be going to have in person at the IITM campus. Um, so how will that be concluded?
That is something completely out of
I
I
mean,
mean, we are trying to experiment that,
I
and
heard
we
in
are
the
correct.
I
I
heard in the
understand.
orientation session, yeah.
Right. And I am, so we are kind of planning a different set of students for that. We will definitely, I mean, some of you might even get a mail for that. Okay. And what are
Mhm.
these set of students specifically who are done with 20 courses in your foundation and diploma and still have projects pending?
Okay.
All right. So
So
it is not for all as of now. It completely, so it's like on the priority basis. Which students are on or in front of our eyes when we look at off-campus boot camp, is the students who are done with all their 20 theory courses
theory
in
courses.
foundation and diploma,
Mhm.
both data science and programming, and
Mhm.
still have their Mat 1 and Mat 2 or any one of that remaining, right? So this is kind of something that these are, are the oldest students, right?
Yeah,
So we
okay,
have
I
to
got it.
focus on that part first.
So it won't be not for us. I mean, those who are going still doing the theory
On
courses.
priority, right? So it depends on the registration we get from them. Okay. So the first thing
Mhm.
is no diploma completing without the project. 20 course done, no project. This is the first category. The second
Mhm.
cohort is at least one project they do. Okay, one project done, but the other is remaining. Right. That is
Okay.
the other cohort. Then we'll come to students who are taking the theory and still
Mhm.
doing the
So
uh,
less probability for us to. Yeah.
yeah, less probability,
Okay.
because again we don't want to bulk lot of students and then
Mhm.
do that in experimental basis. So right, so this is just an
Okay.
experimentation, because in campus there is a lot of logistics also involved, so we need to
Mhm.
see what should be the things, right? Once those things are completely done by us, we feel that okay, student found it useful coming to the campus and doing the project,
Mhm.
then we'll extend it to other categories.
Other cities, yeah. Okay. So the registration for bootcamp and one-to-one mentorship will start from tomorrow, right, sir?
Most probably tomorrow,
Most
latest by
probably.
tomorrow.
Okay. Um, yeah, yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. All right. All right. Next would be Raj Patel.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Our bootcamp sessions recorded so that we can watch again next day or evening.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll ask the mentors to create a drive link wherein they will be adding the recorded part every day, right? Every session, I mean.
Yeah, thank
Okay.
you.
So yeah, obviously. So when you, I mean, so let's say you do a session today, you will be trying to follow them, understand. But later on, when you do the same thing on your project statement, maybe tomorrow and after tomorrow, before coming back to the second session, you should be able to refer back to it, right? So definitely, we'll be asking the mentors to create a G drive wherein they'll add all the recorded sessions.
Yeah, that's my say. Thank you so much.
Okay. Next would be Himanshu Saini.
Hello, sir. I just wanted to ask, like the regular project session that will happen, is it sufficient? Uh, like, are those sessions sufficient for the completing the
Okay.
project?
So one question here: are you done with your theory course?
Yeah, I am done with the
Okay,
theory
how do you
courses.
find the theory course? Understood the
Theory,
concepts?
yeah, I understood the concepts and yeah, it's easy.
By the way, is it for MAD 1 or MAD 2?
I did only made one, so
MAD 1 is it? Okay.
yeah.
So I think project session should be sufficient. So we'll be starting project sessions from Monday onwards.
And
All right.
it only one session in a week. Is it?
Yeah, one session per week. So okay, let me tell you that. So let's say you do project session on the safe side. You do the project session from Monday onwards. All right.
Mhm.
In couple of session, you'll understand whether it is easy to do or you'll need help. Okay. The moment you realize you need help, you take one-to-one mentorship. Okay, so you're not losing anything.
So, like, what should one take if I completed theory courses? So, theory course of the med one, then what should I take on one-to-one membership or bootcamp?
I think you should go with one to one. See, because you said that you are okay with the theory content, then you might not lead complete development of project, right? And that is anyway done using project sessions. So if
And
you are able to understand those, then I think you should be able to do most of the things by yourself. Okay.
in my opinion, the boot camps are based on the previous projects that happened, right?
Correct.
Project statement. So one more thing comes like those problem statement has some feature that in this particular project we don't have, or any feature that we have but they didn't cover. So
Yeah, correct.
that
So
could
that is
happen, right?
that is there. But see, the focus of both project sessions, boot camp sessions is covering the core concepts, right? The core features first. Okay, that kind of remains common or very similar across question statements.
Okay. So if I didn't take any mentorship or bootcamp, will you help me if I stuck anywhere? Like,
Yeah, the instructor will definitely help you in the project session. What will happen, initial part of it will definitely go into developing that part of the project, and then the later part of the project session goes into taking the doubts, right? Now if at all you are stuck at very specific thing, you need to share the screen, then we will recommend you to take mentorship sessions. Okay, because in even in project session you can discuss with me, I mean in the whoever the instructor is, you can discuss with them, ask them what you are where you are facing issues. You can ask them ways in which you can implement certain features. But at there, if there is a point where you'll have to share the screen, that may not be possible, because along with you there will be many who are watching the same session, right? So we don't want code sharing happening anyway.
okay,
Hmm?
yeah, understand that. So thank you very much. Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, next we'll move to Shaivan.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, hi, good evening.
So I have MAD 1 and MAD 2 project both together this time. I'm done with the theory courses for both.
All
And this
right.
is my last term to get into the degree.
Okay.
So my priority would be to complete the projects.
Right.
But at the same time, sir, one suggestion. If we have both MAD 1 and MAD 2 bootcamp on the same day, it will be too much for a person to attend 8 hours just for the session. So would it be by any chance possible to have the session on like just like on 2 different days, like if one is on 12th, the other one on 13th,
See,
something of that.
that is something that I cannot comment on, right? Why? Because uh, we have given a window of 21 days. Now, how sessions are split between these 21 days depends on the mentor, right? So there is a possibility that you don't have two sessions on same day, but there is a possibility that two sessions collide. Okay.
mm,
Now, to get
mm,
rid of this thing, what you can do is prioritize which project you want to do first. Take
mm.
that boot camp and maybe come to another boot camp in next.
Okay, so when is the next boot camp expected?
Let's do this now, probably in the first week or second week of July.
Okay. And so one more request, would it be possible to have the project orientation or the first session for the project to explain the problem statement before the boot camp starts,
Yeah,
because
that
that
is
will also help us to work side by side on the project.
right. That is going to be there, but you don't have to worry about it. Firstly, why? Because project session, the first project session is definitely orientation. Will give you a good understanding of what question statement it is, what we are
Okay.
expecting, right? That is anyway there.
Okay.
But
Huh.
in the boot camp also, the first session would go on in explaining the question statement only. The question statement that you have to do, not the one that you know. I mean, that is all. That is anyway going to be there, but the mentor will also explain you the current question statement.
Okay. Okay. That will help. Yeah.
But I
Okay.
think that should not be an issue, because the first project session for both Mad 1 and Mad 2 we are going to have on 10th, I guess. That's Monday.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. And
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
we'll try to cover and in the first project sessions definitely is project orientation.
Hmm. Yeah. So that will help. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay. Next, Ritvik.
Good evening, sir. So I am done with Mat 1 project. I have Mat 2 project this term. I see a new requirement here, the Git tracker requirement. So previously we were told that we should not upload to Git, uh, even the private repos, because there will be issue with plagiarism,
Right.
right? Because it could flag that we have copied from ourselves, right? But now we are having this Git tracker requirement, and then FAQ is still pending on this. So should we now start to kind of, if our repos are private, should we like do the entire project or like with version control on Git?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, so that is something that we have, tested first. I mean, uh, did anyone who got, I mean, did anyone who got, caught as plagiarized,
Hmm.
was this coming from private repository anywhere? Okay, so we
Okay.
found out that that was not the case, right?
Hmm.
If the repository is private, it will not be shared anywhere.
Okay.
Okay, so based on that, we have kind of made sure that okay, the private repositories are safe. So you can create one and do the version controlling there.
So should we kind of upload our existing like Mad One project? Should I like kind of sync my Mad One project to Git to GitHub, because it will end up like as a, even if it's a private repo, the contribution will still show and the technologies will
Definitely,
still
definitely.
show up.
Yeah, you can do that.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay.
So, sir, those who are doing the same project statement for MAT 2, those students who don't have to share, right? The project on GitHub, even as a private repo.
No, private repo you can share. Doesn't matter if you're doing the same or different question statement. Private repo you
Okay.
can share.
So just a follow up, like in that, it's also given that we should add the course team members as
Right.
kind of contributors. So is that because like if we have any doubts, you can kind of refer to our code?
That is one thing, and the other thing is we will be tracking your project with that. So you
Okay.
kind of give us access to your project, what state your project is in, and then anytime we can come up and track what is happening.
Hmm.
So I mean, see, as of now, we have not clearly stated out what exactly we are trying to do with that. As of now, we just want students to do that so that before they start doing working on the, start working on that project,
So
they are having this version control thing.
this is actually very good. Like this is also going to solve the problem we are having with Replit, because like those sessions which we have right for coding, because that thing is getting shut down, the Replit for education. So even for that, you can use these kind of GitHub, because GitHub gives us free access.
Right. Correct. So that's what, right? So later on, I mean, in some time, we will also release something called as milestones. What exactly milestones are with respect to question statement, and how do you make sure that when you commit, you also say that I'm done with this particular component, right? And that is going to happen with the help of milestones. So we are very soon going to release that also. Okay, specialized meaning specific milestones for particular question statement, right? So let's say, for example, Mad1 project, you are done with creating models of your project. Okay, so how do you commit, or what should be the commit statement that is, standardized commit statement, so that we also understand that okay, this person has done models. Okay.
Sir, but when we are developing, right, we are going to have a lot of commits.
That is okay.
Right.
That's what. So we are actually working on how do you segregate out that specific commit with other commits.
So should we like maintain a main branch and a working like branch, and then
Not
kind of,
required. Not required. You can, but not required. See, main branch, working branch only comes into picture when you are, collaborating. Okay, and we are not going to contribute to your project, so there won't be anything added from our end.
but sir, like those standard kind of commits, right? If we kind of develop in a side branch and then commit to the main branch only when we have completed a checkpoint,
Yeah, that also you
wouldn't
can
it
do.
be easier for you to
Yeah,
monitor?
you can do that. You can do that. But
But
the
sir,
thing is, we will be using, code to make sure that a specific commit is different from whatever other commits you do.
okay, then it is fine.
Okay, so it's not that obviously you see the scale of students, you cannot do that manually, right? And we would not want students to say models done and we assume that okay, models are done. So that is a specific way in which we would ask you to make commits and trace those commits with the help of code. Okay, but yeah, again, what you suggested is also fine. You can create a branch of it, do all the development there, and when you feel that okay, after 5 6 commits, the seventh commit is something that actually counts. So then you then push or merge it with the main branch. You can do that.
So instructions regarding how to do that would also be
Yes,
helpful.
yes, yes, definitely. So we have created, I mean, we have
Yes, sir, please.
recorded a set of tutorials for that. How to create milestones, how do you make sure that this milestone is a specific milestone and not any other commit. All those tutorials are recorded and we'll be releasing out soon.
Also, a tutorial sharing how we will be able to share our project in GitHub. I mean, those who are not familiar with Git much
Yeah, so
more.
for now, if you have gone through the Git, that document, tracker document, you should see that
Mhm.
okay, it is a step by step, right? Even the images are added in a way that you don't even see here and there, right?
Mhm.
So you follow that. We'll try to make sure that every documentation we provide on that is as specific as that, so that you don't get confused here.
I mean, those students who are doing the uploading the project for the first time on GitHub, for those students, it will be a problem if they are not familiar with the
So kind of these
platform.
tutorials help in that, right? So we will be releasing it.
Oh,
For now, just create that repository. It may or may not have everything. It may or may not have code for now, right? Just a README file would do, and that the
mhm.
GitHub by itself will tell you how to add README file. I think.
Okay. Yeah, I have account. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Next would be Ambuja. Ambuja ki R.
Hello, sir. Um, I'm going to start my project from July. So, but I'm planning to take the boot camp, but I will not be able to attend it in June. So, will there be any second batch of that boot camp?
Right. We're planning to have one in July also.
So, if I want to opt in, I can opt for in that batch, right?
Batch. Yes.
The same applies. The
Same.
same.
Same. Same. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Approximately when will it be?
Second
Uh,
week of July.
okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Next, Pratik P.
Yes, sir. I finished my Mad 1 theory last term and I've taken up Mad 1 project this term. Regarding this online bootcamp, I wanted to ask about the slot timings. Can we choose them or they are allotted? Because
No, you can choose
suppose I'm
them.
not in.
You
Okay.
can choose. So see, the slot timing will be in this thing, 10 to 2 and 7
Yeah,
to
yeah, the
11.
morning or the evening.
Okay,
Correct. So
you
we
can
can choose
choose.
either one.
Yes, you can choose.
Okay.
So the form
And
that I mentioned, right, that will have
yeah,
that will ask you to select any one of them.
okay, okay. And one more thing, sir, regarding this project submission deadline, where it was told that if you submit before a particular timeline, you're graded out of 120 marks. Otherwise, graded for 100.
No, no. See, you did your theory in the Jan 24, right?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Doesn't matter when you submit, you will be marked out of 1.
Okay, okay. That's it. Thank you.
I think it is mentioned in the grading document that we are not really, looking at a particular date before or after you submit.
Okay,
It depends on when you finished your theory course.
okay, okay, sir. Thank you.
Next, Kavita Anchit.
Good evening, sir. Actually, my query is in one-to-one mentorship session, will there be sessions allotted to the explanation or explaining the project kind of thing, how to do it? Or it will be just like last time, it is 5 hours and we have to ask our queries and mentor will be helping us?
Yeah, pretty much the same, right? So that's what I said. There won't be any content delivery happening in one-to-one session. We
Okay.
expect students to understand the components. It is just that when they come across certain errors or are not sure how to go about certain things, then they can plan a session with the mentor and join.
Okay, so if I cannot devote the time for the boot camp, so is it advisable that I have already done my Mat 2 theory,
Mhm.
and is it advisable that I should take the project session which will be happening
Definitely.
weekly, and then one-to-one mentorship that will help me like if
Yeah,
I'm having
definitely.
any.
So if you ask me, the project session and
Mm-hmm.
one-to-one mentorship taken together into 21 days is what is bootcamp, right?
Okay, okay, right. Right. And there is no limit, deadline, date commitment for the mentorship, one-to-one mentorship, no? That I have to complete the project only, like in this case, within 21 days only person has to complete the project
No,
in
no,
case of boot camp. So
deadline
similar time limit is
before the
there for
deadline.
the, yeah, for the mentorship, one-to-one mentorship also there is a deadline like that?
No, no, no. Even for bootcamp also there is no deadline. We are expecting that
Okay,
with the
okay,
project, I mean with the support that we are giving,
okay,
students following what to do, what not to do, they should be able to do it within a span of 25 days. There is no deadline for
okay,
that.
okay, okay, got it, sir. Thank you.
So the final deadline for both taking bootcamp, for taking the
Mm-hmm.
mentorship, everything is the actual deadline for project.
Okay, okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. Ishika, next.
Good evening, sir. So I completed my MAD 1 theory subject previous term, and I'm taking the project this term. This is the first time I'm taking any project. I just had like few queries. First is like from 10th June to 24th July, we have the submission period, and only after this we can slot the book for the level 1 like Viva, right?
Okay, what is the date you said? What dates you mentioned?
10th June to 24th July.
Uh, where did you get these dates from actually?
So from the Google, like the link, MAD 1.
Okay, see, I'll tell you the window. It's like 10th June we
Okay,
start.
sorry. Yeah, 10th June to 31st July. Sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Not 31st even. I mean, yeah, so there are windows, but okay, consider that 31st July is the deadline, right? So whenever you, what actually happens is the submissions are processed and the vivas are taken in windows. Okay.
Okay.
Windows meaning what windows? For example, we will first take, I mean, the windows will, so the submission portal will open on 10th. Okay, 10th of June. You can then make submission. There will be students other than you who will be submitting, right? This window will remain open till 30th of June, end of June.
Okay.
Okay, and then we'll process all the submission that we got from 10th of June till 30th of June.
Okay. And then
And
based.
then you'll have level 1 for, I mean, those who have submitted in this window will have level 1 and level 2 right after that.
Okay. So there would be different windows.
Right,
Okay.
right.
And so till like what would be the last month of submission? Like it will start in July.
31st July.
Oh, okay. 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 So it's like from 10 June you can start applying. Like if the window slot is there, we can submit a project.
Yeah, it will be there, right? So let me tell you. See, so 10th June portal opens.
Yeah.
Okay. 30th June portal closes.
Okay.
All the students who submit between the span of 20 days, their level 1 and level 2 will happen in first week of July.
Okay, sir.
All right. From 1st of July, the window again opens. Okay, and then it goes on till 15th of July. So
Okay.
these 15 days, whoever submits, their viva will happen from 15th to 21st of July.
Yes, sir. I
Okay,
got it.
you got the trend.
Yes, sir, I got it. And sir, regarding one more thing about the GitHub part, we have to create a private repo and do all the comments and all the code over there.
Right.
Like just to keep a track, like it's for tracking, right? For your side, just
Yes.
for tracking.
It is for your side also and for our side also.
Yeah, yes. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Next, Roshan Ashwin Singh.
I have not yet received any this project statement. It's not showing on my project page.
Project page, which project page are you looking at?
Means for registered courses, when I go into the registered courses and when I go into the my projects page, it's not showing the current project statement. That is the
Okay.
May
Okay, don't
2024.
worry about it. We are still in the process of registering students, right? So the registration is still open and things like that. So that is kind of taking time. Meanwhile I'll share you the question statement from my end, right? So anyway, the question statement is available in project document, which is available in grading document.
Okay, right, sir.
Okay,
Right,
so
sir.
if you have the access to front end, the term front end, right, your dashboard for
Yes,
on the
sir.
Seek portal, you can just go through the grading document. All right.
Okay.
In the
Okay.
grading document, you will find project document.
Right, sir.
Okay. And within the project document, you will find the wireframe and question statement both.
Right, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Next, Debashish.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, sir, I have just received the link that you have shared. So, there are actually two project statements for app dev 2. So, which one will be like doing it?
Which one will be?
Like, which one? How should I know that which one will be for me? Like,
No, you
which
can
ones?
just go through both the question statement once again. Whichever you feel that you can work on, start working on it.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it. So,
So you can choose
so
any one of it.
aging anyone of it. Okay. So, sir, yeah. So, when is the payment for this boot camp will happen?
Yeah. So this will start from tomorrow, end of the day, and will remain open till 10th of June, tentatively. Okay.
Okay. Then it will be 1,000 rupees, right?
Right. Okay. It should be
And
available, or it should be visible under your payment pending payment
okay,
section.
got it. And what is the number of session that we can take?
Meaning?
Meaning, this is a one-to-one mentorship, right?
No. Boot camp is not one to one. Boot camp is both, right? So it's like
Okay.
the live session we have, right? So you join in the.
Got it. So, if I want to take one-to-one, then is this also available?
Yeah, so that's what I mentioned, right? There is boot camp and there is one-to-one mentorship. All these things will be available in your pending payment section. Whichever you
Okay,
feel
got it.
you want to
Whichever I
opt
feel.
for,
Yeah.
you can pay for that, and then whatever. The boot camp will start from 12th, and whenever you do the payment for mentorship, you should be able to connect with the mentor in couple of days after that.
Okay, got it. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, this is.
Okay. All right. Next, Janvi.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, as you have said, boot camp is not advisable if we take up the projects in the same term as with theory. So, is it like compulsory thing or is it an advice from you for us?
It is for now an advice. Okay, but see, the
Okay.
thing is, if it will not help that much, as I said, right? So when you take a theory course, the theory course content would go on till end of July, right? But the boot camp, let's say it starts from 10, so it will be done within a span of 21 days. So you will be working on things that you have not even studied. So that I feel should not be the case, right? That is the reason it is advisable. There is no hard and fast rule that you cannot take boot camp. If you are aware of the content from the first, even though you are doing the theory course, then I think that should not be an issue. The whole idea is you take a boot camp and then you don't find it useful. That does not make sense. Correct. So when you have that understanding of content and everything, the boot camp and everything will make more sense. Okay, because then you will understand what mentor is saying. You will make sense of it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
But the boot camp sessions will be recorded, no, sir.
Yeah, that's what. So bootcamp session will be recorded, and as I said, we will ask mentors, every mentors, to maintain their own drive, wherein they will keep on adding the recorded, whatever session happened, they will keep on adding.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. All right. Next, Siddharth Kaushik.
Yes, sir. Sir, for the bootcamp part, if I am not feeling right now to take the bootcamp, but later on in next month I want to take bootcamp, can I register then, or it is
Definitely.
one-time opportunity?
No, definitely. So if every bootcamp there, we will let you know. You can register, right? So one bootcamp happening in June, the other bootcamp happening in July. Okay,
Okay.
and take that.
Thank you.
Next, Sanjana. Sanjana Ratish is there.
Sir, my Viva booking issuance got hidden 403 is like try to log in.
Sorry, I'm not able to hear you, Sanjana. What's happening?
The Viva booking hotel
Right.
As soon as I try to log in, it's showing forbidden 403.
Yeah, don't worry about it. See, that's what I'm saying, right? For the project portal, we are yet to create the May 24 portal. We are yet to register students into portal. Once that is done, you should be able to do it, right? So, as I said, the submission portal will be starting to take submission from 10th. So, you can expect that to open by 10th. Okay, for now, you don't have to worry about portal.
So the the
When
project
is
portal
the
will open, by 10th.
Yeah, most probably.
Okay.
when is the
Because we are
deadline for
Deadline for the project so deadline for the project is 31st July. It is mentioned in the grading document or the project document. Sorry, you can have a look at it.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you.
Hmm. Okay. Next, K. Hari Prasad.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Yeah, tell me, sir.
Sir, last time I attended a boot camp for Math
Hmm.
1. It was excellent. Can I choose the same mentor if you permit me?
Yeah, please let me. So when you register for the boot camp, please mail me that this was my mentor and I want to continue with the same. Okay. Now see, if it is possible, we will give you. Okay.
Okay, fine, sir.
It's not
So
that
I
when you
can.
mail, we will definitely give you, but if it is possible, definitely will give. Okay, it's
Okay.
not that one mentor is good, others are not. Others are also
No, no,
excellent.
no, no. I feel comfort. That's. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
saying
that's
that
okay.
because I have
No
not seen
problem,
others.
sir. Yeah, yeah, no problem with that. Just mail it to me once the registration for your boot camp is done. If it is possible, I'll definitely provide.
Okay. So I can join both, one-to-one mentorship as well as the boot camp, right, sir? There
Yes,
is
you can.
no restriction on it.
No restriction. Yes, you can do that.
Okay, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
Okay, next, Mithilesh.
Hello, sir. Sir, I have uh, previous term I have registered for this project. I am now I'm opening this course. It is showing that you are not subscribed to this course, sir. It is not opening.
So where are you trying it? Is it Seek?
No, in that dashboard. From the dashboard, I'm going. Current project.
Yeah, that's what, right? So don't worry about it. Seek anyway. So all the project related communication, submission, Viva, slot booking, result, all these things happen in Viva workflow. Okay, not the Seek portal, not the dashboard. Okay,
No,
and we
so
are yet to register students into the Viva workflow. Once that is done, you should be able to do the Viva workflow. Okay.
okay. So you mean to say that it is not completely open as of now, right?
Yes, yes, still in process.
Okay. And second question is, sir, I have registered for the MAT to mentorship, but I haven't received any notification after that. I have done the payment.
Okay, is it MAT to theory mentorship? Is it what you're
MAT to
talking about?
theory. Yeah.
Okay, okay, fine. So we are yet to set those sessions. They will start in probably by next week. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Mahadevan, M Mahadevan.
So good evening, sir.
Good evening.
So actually, as you said, the boot camp is set to happen in a window of 21 days.
Hmm.
So even after the boot camp is over, will we be able to access the boot camp sessions, or it is like after the boot camp we'll not be able to access? Or
Bootcamp session meaning the recordings.
the recording, sir.
Yes, yes, you can.
Sir, and one more doubt on the number of sessions in the boot camp is up to the mentor's wish, or it is something fixed, some 6 to 7 sessions, or
Yeah,
how is it?
it will be around that because that's what it takes to cover the core requirement, right? So we have had the previous boot camps. This is what
Okay.
on an average mentors take, right? So around 5 to 7 sessions is what you will be getting in a span of, let's say, 2 to 3 days gap.
Okay, okay.
Right. So just
Thank you.
consider that 7 3s are 21. So you have one session, then 2 days gap, and then one session like that.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Next, Dipesh. Is Dipesh here?
Yes, sir. Sorry. I was on mute. Good evening, sir. I have two questions. So actually, in the last term, I completed my Med 1 project with library management system. And this current Med 2, there again library management project is there. So can I can again take the same statement? I have to take another one only.
You can take the same statement, not an issue.
Same statement. Okay. And is there any deadline for the bonus marks for the Mat 2 project?
When did you take theory? When did you finish your theory? Mat 2
Last term.
theory?
Last term.
Yeah, so you will be calculated. I mean, you will be capped out of 120. Whatever your score is, multiplied by 1.2. That will happen later.
So is there any deadline for that? If I submit before
No, no,
that
no,
only?
no
No.
deadline. Final deadline is the deadline for that, right?
Sir,
Okay. Okay,
even
sir.
if we submit our project in extension batch, we will still be evaluated out of 120, right?
Let's not discuss about extension batch for now.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, sir. Sorry.
Yeah. It depends on the submissions, right? So we
Yeah,
kind of did it
yeah,
last term, but again, depends on submission.
okay.
Okay. Next, Siddharth.
Yes, I wanted to ask whether the payment for the one-to-one sessions will be open till 31st July.
Yeah, so I mean, not exactly till 31st July, but you can say around till 21st of July, because we don't want see somebody student paying on 30th of July and saying that I did not get any, support, because the very next
Okay,
day there is
okay.
deadline, right?
But the payment link will be active, right?
Yeah,
Till
payment link will be active. We'll try to keep it as late as possible, open till as late as possible.
okay.
Okay, it's just that I mean, see, if you're taking mentorship, you should have sufficient time after your registration is confirmed to take those, utilize those 5 hours also, right?
I
Otherwise, it
got
will
it, sir.
it will be wasted.
But because I wanted to ask because if we feel like we wanted one-to-one session, say in the first week of July, we'll be able to do that, right?
Definitely, that's what I said, right? So it's 10th June onwards. Whenever you feel that you're getting stuck more on the project and now you need somebody else to look at it, you can take it.
Okay.
Okay. So the payment portal for one-to-one mentorship will remain open. Submit whenever you want. I mean, pay for it whenever. Clear, no, sir? Siddharth?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
All right. Next, Shaman.
Sir, for G Space, if I have to connect with you or Shivani, ma'am, um, how, because initially there was Mad One project group until some time back, but I can't see that group. How would I be able to find you on those?
Yeah. So see, just go open the G space on the top left of the chat. You'll see new chat, right?
Yes.
On the new chat, just write in my mail.
Uh, on the right side.
No, sir, the dedicated GChat use space for Mat2 project, when will that be created?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. That will be created.
Okay.
That
It
we are
will take,
working on. See, so that's what, right? So the registration, once we are done with, okay, this is the number of students we have for project, right? Then we'll create all these things.
okay, G space and everything.
Uh, okay, sir. I will.
Yeah, so you see, I mean, just it's like just for example, in WhatsApp also, if you want to message somebody who's never there in your communication, you just create a new communication, new conversation, right? That is
Yeah.
what you would do.
Yeah.
There also look
No.
for the new conversation. Here, there it's number, here it's email ID.
Okay. So we. Okay. Okay, sir. I will search
Right.
for it. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
But if it is not I mean, if it is very specific to project, then you can wait maybe for a couple of days. We will be creating this thing, the spaces, right? May 24 appdev 1 appdev 2, then all the generic discussion would go on there, right? That would be the place where we'll let you know about all the updates and things like
Yeah, sir. It is related to project only.
that. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, anybody else, any question? Okay, let me just check the chat. Yeah, as I said, bootcamp recording sessions will be available to you after the bootcamp also. For MAD 1, only one question statement, okay? No options for that. GitHub Repo for both, right? I mean, if you're doing MAD 1 project, add CS2003. If it is MAD 2, add CS2006. Both of things are mentioned in the GitHub document, okay? You can just go through it and then do it accordingly. Free sessions meaning, so there is only one type of session that is free, that is project sessions. Okay, so that happens every Monday. For MAD 1, it happens on 4 to 6. For MAD 2, it is probably 6 to 8. Okay, but it should be available in your calendar. Okay, so these are the free sessions. Free session, obviously you have registered for it, paid and registered, right? So those are sessions which come in within the as a part of project. Okay, so these are instructor led sessions wherein again the instructor will be working on a similar question statement, if not the exact one. You can follow that also. All right, and then maybe take, let's say if you need personalized help, then take one-to-one mentorship. So that also you can opt for. Whenever you, okay, so there is a question. I'll start working on mat 2 project after 25th June. When should I add? Whenever you start working on your project, you do that right before it. Okay, so it will be better to have a repo created right before you do the project, because you might want to save every change that you do, right? You might want to commit everything, that every gradual change that you are making to the project. Okay, so whenever you plan to do the project, do it. It is not mandatory to do it now only, but it is just safe to keep it, have it ready. Regular project MAD1 session should be sufficient if you are good with theory, right? So once if you know that, okay, my theoretical concepts are okay, I have done lab assignments and score good in them, I know how to connect multiple components with each other, you can just, I mean, at this point you would need only an assistance as to how to go about the entire project statement, where different components come in and how do I connect with them, right? So these are this is kind of very clearly covered in the project session. So we will be sharing you two things. One is a playlist for current term live session for the project, and also the playlist for last term live session of the project, that is Jan 24. Okay, so those sessions also we will share. I think that is shared, I guess, with by the Shivani. Okay, so you can have a look at that if you want to start it now. Otherwise, if you want to start fresh, those session will start from 10th of June.
So Jan 2024 sessions are only four. Four sessions are there.
Only
So
4
is it an
sessions?
incomplete?
No, it's not. It's not incomplete. Probably the the playlist is not up, but the playlist was updated.
Only
I
four
made
sessions.
sure that the playlist was updated. I'll just check and get back. Okay, let me just check once. One
Yeah.
second. Okay, so I've shared the playlist, right? It has all the videos, right? This is Jan 24 project sessions.
So for Mat 2, I was asking. Sorry.
For MAT 2, okay. For
Yeah.
MAT 2. Sorry, I
Only
thought
four
you
sessions.
mentioned MAT 1.
Sorry, I didn't mention.
Yeah, okay, I'll share. Okay, I'll just have
Okay.
a look at it and I'll share.
Okay.
So project session for a MAT 2 were limited. There were only 5 sessions and it was specifically based on the core components of the project.
Yeah, four only are showing up on the playlist.
Yeah, so 4 and 5 session I think were taken. One of that would
Out of
be,
that, one was orientation,
yeah.
and rest three were main.
Okay, so you do that. We'll update if any of the video was accidentally removed or not added. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Otherwise, you can follow the new project sessions coming, right? May
Yeah,
24
yes,
project sessions.
definitely.
All right, and I mean, just to add to that, we will be adding these sessions as a supplementary content into the Viva portal also. Okay, so you can access those sessions right from Viva portal. Okay, so I'm just checking if I've missed any question in the chat. Mostly Shivani has handled most of them, but registered for mat to mentor, and yeah, so mat to mentor session, both mat 1 and mat to mentor sessions we will be setting. Okay, so the TA sessions have already been settled. and they're added to your calendar. The theory mentor sessions are yet to add. We'll add them, and it will start by next week.
Sir, I actually missed I had to go somewhere. So this question which Tanishq has asked in chat, like, can we use the same backend from Mat 1 project and Mat 2 project?
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah, yeah,
yes.
you can use it. Yes.
Okay.
we can use that. Okay.
Approximately, there will be 5 to 7 bootcamp sessions. Okay, 5 to 7 bootcamp session spread across this 21 days, so that you get enough time to grasp and implement what you have learned. Right. I think pretty much done, right? So we are done with pretty much all the questions that have been asked in the chat, and the raised hand also I have taken care of, right? Is there anything else? Any other query? Anybody else?
So as soon as the payment starts tomorrow, you will send a mail, right?
Manan, sorry, it was not clear. Can you repeat again?
When the payment which will start from tomorrow,
Right.
for that also you will send a mail, right? That
Yeah, we'll do.
we have to.
Yeah. We'll anyway do that, but by any reason, if that is missed, you just check the pending payment section. It should be available there.
Okay. Okay.
Link
Okay, there
for
was one
bootcamp will be available till when? Payment link for bootcamp?
payment link for bootcamp will be available till 10th of June.
Okay.
Okay, because we want to finish taking registration for the bootcamp before we start, right? So bootcamp, we do not want wildcard entries, right? So it's like when you will be there in the bootcamp from the beginning until the end. Okay, so 10th of June would be the last date, because then we'll have to then allocate mentors also, then think about timings and other things. Right? I mentioned this. Okay, last time I took bootcamp option and had paid the fee but could not submit my project. Okay, my concern is that I could not find the recording of the bootcamp. That's showing on. So yeah, so I think the access was revoked. You have taken the bootcamp and have worked on it, then I think that is done, right? Or if you want another set of sessions, probably you can register again and take the sessions. Okay, I think that is pretty much it. Okay, if there are again more doubts, you can post your queries on discourse, right? Project for Mad 1, project for Mad 2, and we'll start. We have started taking queries there also. All right, if anything that is related to project, question statement, orientation, waivers, windows, deadlines, if anything is there, just put it on the discourse and try to take from there. Okay, this was a brief understanding that that you needed before opting for one-to-one mentorship and boot camp. I hope everything regarding these two things are clear. All right, and whatever we'll cover during the mentor will be beforehand told to you by the mentor, right? What question statement they will be working on, how they are planning the sessions, when and where the sessions will happen. Okay, so that entire timetable will be sent to you when the bootcamp starts. One-to-one mentors, again I mentioned, whenever you do the registration and the registration is finalized from our end, we'll allot mentors to you in a time of couple of days. Okay, discourse access not yet given. uh, okay, all right, working on it. Okay, so for anyone who has joined late and missed this session, we will share the recording to you all. Okay, and I will also share the document that I did and that I showed while sharing the screen, right? So those two things will be shared by us to everyone who was present here. Obviously, to everyone the invitation was sent. Okay, so later on you can watch it and ask your doubts on discourse. Okay, so I think that is pretty much it. I'll just stop recording. If there are no more queries, we'll stop the session.